What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Esona Sepango and this is Med School Chronicles, where I'll be talking to you guys about everything med school related. Firstly, I would like to apologize for the quality of the first video. It really was more of a trial and error type of situation. But I do hope that we do grow and become better in everything that we do. So this is the second video of the channel, and I wanted to talk to people who are upgrading, or rather talk about the whole upgrading process and how to go about upgrading to improve your marks. So let's get into it. So the first option that I will be talking to you guys about the whole upgrading situation is the option that I took, or the route that I took when I was upgrading. So in 2019 I did my matric and I matriculated with a level 3 in maths and a level 4 in physical sciences. So I wanted to improve my marks in those two subjects. You can go back to your old high school, go to the receptionist office, ask them for an application form and tell them that you want to rewrite or upgrade some of your subjects from matric. So they will give you a form, you have to fill in your details, and you get an option to choose how many subjects that you want to rewrite. So I chose to rewrite my maths and my physics. They take the application form and then they send it through to the Department of Education. You also have an option to choose whether you write during the May-June session or you write in the November-December exams. So I chose to write in the May-June, but because of COVID, the exams had to be moved to the November-December session, so I had to write in November with the other matrics of that year. The Department of Education is then going to send you guys information as to where you guys will be writing as the time approaches. If your school can accommodate for you guys will write in your school, but if your school cannot accommodate for you guys, the Department of Education will then get a venue for you guys where you guys will write with all the other people in that region that will be writing. You fetch your results from your school. Because I wrote, my school was able to accommodate for us and we wrote there with the other matriculants of that year, and I also collected my statement there and my certificate there. And the nice thing about it is when my certificate came, when my new statement came, normally when you get a new statement when you are rewriting or you're upgrading a matric, the statement that you get is it only shows the subjects that you are rewriting. The nice thing about the one that I had, it included the new marks and the old ones were discarded. So it had my improved math and my improved physics. And the second option that you can have or go about when you are upgrading is visiting the Department of Education offices directly instead of going to old school. And I think one convenient thing about this one is, even if you were in the Western Cape, you can visit the Department of Education in KZN or Eastern Cape and they will find a venue for you guys to write, so you don't have to be limited to rewriting your matrics in Western Cape or whatever the case might have been. So you go to their offices, you ask them for a form, you fill in your details. The same applies as the first option. You get to choose how many subjects you want to upgrade and you submit your application. The Department of Education will give you information as your exam dates approach. You can also choose with this one whether you want to write during the May-June or the November-December exams. They will find a venue for you as well, and they will tell you this is where you'll be writing, so on and so forth. If you write the May-June exams, your results will be out by August. And if you write the October-November exams, your results should be out by January. With this option, your statement does not come back as one document. However, they only send you back a statement that has your upgraded results. A cousin of mine was upgrading through the Department of Education, and when his statement returned, it was only the 2 or 3 subjects that he was improving. It did not have the other subjects that he had already passed and he was pleased with. So he was told that he has to send he was told that he has to send his things through to the main Department of Education in Eastern Cape, which was Ebisho, to get it merged together. So it's a whole process when it comes to that, but I don't think it's much of a train smash. The third option that you have is finding an upgrading institution where you will basically be doing grade 13, if I may say, because that's what these upgrading institutions are normally called. So you find yourself an upgrading institution, you register there. With upgrading institutions, they require a certain fee because you will be attending classes, whereas with the first two options, you won't be attending classes. You will have to find your own tutors, your own teachers, your own lecturers, your own resources and everything. Whereas with the upgrading institution, you're basically doing high school again, if I may say so, because they provide teachers for you guys, they provide practice material for you guys, they provide resources and everything, and you guys get to attend classes, I think twice a week for each subject that you're upgrading. But please do make sure that the institution that you sign up for is accredited. There have been a lot of people that have registered with these institutions, and when it was time for them to receive their matric certificates, they found out that the institutions were not accredited. So make sure that the institution that you are signed up to is accredited, otherwise you would be wasting a year of your life, because you would then have to redo that whole upgrading situation again because your institution was not accredited. So yeah, make sure that it's accredited if you are not going to go through the whole Department of Education route. And then when it comes to applications, so your matric results come out in January or February. Last year I think they came out in February. So what you want to do is, there's a 3-week, I think it's 3 if not 4 weeks window period where you are allowed, if you are going to be going through it the Department of Education route, where you are allowed to go and sign up for registering to upgrade. So you want to make sure that you do register on time, otherwise you will not be able to register to rewrite your matric exams in that given year. So as soon as you've re-registered, when application season opens normally in April, May. So when applications open around that period, you do want to start applying. Even if you are writing in the May, June exams, please do sort of start an application so that whatever happens, you are in the system. Some institutions will require proof of upgrading, so you will have to go to your old school or visit the Department of Education where you signed up to rewrite your matric. Ask them for a letter stating that you are upgrading your marks. You want them to have a stamp on that letter, and then you're going to take that letter and email it to a person who is in charge of the faculty admissions that you're applying for. So if you're applying for medicine, if you're applying for law, if you're applying for, search the university's application manager, if I may say. I'm not sure what they're called, but the person that is in charge of admissions, you want to send them the proof of application, because I know with most application portals, they don't have a place where you can upload proof that you are upgrading, but you do want to send it to them and say, this is my proof that I am upgrading, because some of them do require it. With upgrading institutions, they do provide one automatically. You don't have to go and ask for one. As soon as application seasons open, they give you guys your letters, and then you can send them through to these institutions. So make sure that all institutions that you have applied to each have a letter that states that you're upgrading that current year. It does increase your chances of your application not being rejected. So make sure that you send it through. And then also with upgrading institutions, I'm sorry for jumping all over the place. With upgrading institutions, they most of the time have a learner's license program where they also offer classes for a learner's license, so you get to come out with improved matric results and a learner's license as well. So your second option when you're applying, make sure that it is a course that has physics, biochemistry, and chemistry in its first year of study. This, I want to say, does in a sense sort of improve your chances of transferring in your first year into medicine, or else otherwise, if it also does make things better for you if you don't get into medicine for the following year after your upgrading journey, so that even if you do transfer from another course, you have better chances of surviving first year med school, because it does tend to get a bit tricky, it does tend to get a bit hard, so you want to have an advantage, if I may say. And also it does come to advantage if you have chemistry, physics and biochemistry or biology in your first year of whatever degree that you're doing. In case that you don't get in from that degree that you're doing into medicine in another institution, you can then undergo the GEMP route at VITS. You wrote the November-December exams and you get your results in January. You do want to make sure that as soon as they come out, you send them through to the admission officer of that institution and also give them a call. Send your results through, because sometimes they don't get them automatically because you're an upgrading student. I'm not sure how that goes about, but make sure that you do send them through via email to the admission officer of that degree or that faculty that you want to get admitted to, and also give them a call. Tell them that you've just sent through your upgraded results if they have rejected you, because what normally does happen is if you don't send through the letter, or if sometimes even if you do send through the letter that you're upgrading, they will reject you, but you do want to call them and ask them to reconsider as soon as your results come out in January if you chose the November-December exams. So you want to call them, send an email of your results with your student number, and be as detailed as you can possibly be. Call them as well, tell them that you've just sent your upgraded results and ask them to please reconsider. That was my case when I was upgrading most of these institutions, and I did not know about the whole letter that you have to send through to these institutions that states that you are upgrading. So most of these institutions had already rejected me, so I only sent out my results via email, and I did not call the institution. So by the time I did call, most of them were already full. So that was the train smash that I did come across. So I want you to make sure that you do call them after you send through your results, so that while they're busy on the day that your results come out, so that while they're busy with admissions and everything, they can also include your results in the whole admission process that they will be doing at that given moment. So when you're upgrading via the first two options that I mentioned, which is through your school or through the Department of Education, you have to find your own resources. So what I did when I was upgrading is I visited EC Exams Online. You have a whole bunch of exam papers there from, I think, dates back all the way to 2014, 2012, 2013, around those years. So you want to download as many past question papers as you can possibly find. You want to, I think they also have past question papers on the Department of Education's website. I will link the two websites down below so that you guys can visit them if you are upgrading and you need extra resources. I do also recommend the red and white study guide and the green and yellow one. I'm not sure what they're called, but I think I'll put pictures of them somewhere here on the screen. You do want to get those. I found them very helpful. I was also enrolled to an online site that was called youcandomaths.co.za, I think. I'll also be putting a link of that down below. YouTube videos as well also helped. Watch a lot of YouTube videos. Ask matriculants that are currently doing matric that year. You can also visit your old high school teacher if you are upgrading close by to your old high school. Just ask them for a quick 30 minutes after school, sit them down, do the work. That's if you do not have a tutor. I did not have a tutor. I only had a tutor for like a week or so, and then COVID hit and I had to self-study because restrictions and everything. So you want to make sure that if you do not have a tutor, you have all the resources that you can possibly have. And also when you're upgrading, it is for you. Don't sit and think about my classmates are leaving me behind, I'm going to be a year behind. You're doing it for you, you're doing it to improve your marks, you're doing it to improve your life. You're not doing it for your classmates, you're not doing it for your parents, you're not doing it for anyone else, you're doing it for you and yourself. And I know sometimes it might be a very draining journey to undergo, because you get to moments or points during the upgrading journey that you're undergoing where you feel like none of it is worth it. You will come across tweets on Twitter where people are talking about how upgrading is not worth it. You will come across people who will tell you that you shouldn't have undergone the whole upgrading situation because people normally don't improve their marks, but it all does go with how much you want the whole thing to work out for you. So if you really want it badly, you will be dedicated. You have to commit yourself and you have to sit down and open those books. Practice makes perfect. So you do want to make sure that you do give it your all, you try your best. And also I think there's a big problem, if I may say. There's an issue where people choose to write the May-June exams. If you did not do, I think the May-June exams, if I may say, should be for people who got at least 60s or 70s in their math, in their subjects that they want to improve, because at least they have most of the understanding that they need. So if you are a student that got in the 40s and 50s in your first attempt of matric, I do advise that you write in the November-December exams, because it does allow you more time. And there's this misconception that, oh, I did this last year, so I remember what I was doing last year and there's not so much work that I need to put in. And you really do come to realize that there's a lot of work and there's a lot that you don't know and there's a lot that you need to understand in detail, because especially if you're improving your maths and your physics, maths and physics are a lot of work. They need a lot of understanding. So you want to make sure that you've given yourself enough time to cover all the content that you need to cover and to improve in everything that you struggled in when you were first doing your matric here. So make sure that you don't jump to take the May-June exams because you think, oh, let me quickly write these exams so that I can finish with this whole upgrading journey, or so that I can get my results out and start applying when other kids are applying. Make sure that you allow yourself enough time to go through the work and to understand in detail, because it is hard. Do past question papers. They really do help, guys. I think when teachers say past papers help a lot, they aren't joking. Past papers do help a lot. So you want to make sure that you do past papers. They do help. But that is it from you guys from this video. I really do hope that you enjoyed it and you found it very informative. Please do hit the like button if you liked it. Please do comment and do subscribe to my channel. Here's to growing together, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.